Hi, my name is Skylar Todd and I'm in the class Germany in 5 words. Today I will be discussing the word Umwelt and its application to the article Europe Gone Wild, Back to Nature on the Continent. The German word Umwelt literally means environment in English. Umwelt's definition includes the world as it is experienced by a particular organism. It is important to note that Umwelt denotes a particular organism's unique sensory world. Take into consideration a male yellow fever mosquito. The Umwelt of this mosquito differs greatly from the Umwelt of a human. While the human hears a range of sound frequencies from 20 to 20,000 Hz, the male yellow fever mosquito can only hear sounds around 380 Hz. Although seemingly limiting, the male mosquito's auditory system serves him well for his purposes, such as detecting whether or not a female mosquito is nearby. This article brings to light the concept of rewilding, which is a progressive approach to conservation by European nationalists. The process of rewilding is supposed to help create more biodiverse habitats through creating the right conditions. These conditions include reintroducing species to a certain habitat, stopping the management of wildlife populations, then letting nature take care of the rest, in order to decrease the rate of extinction of European wildlife species. The article focuses in on Diego Benito, who had converted approximately 1,200 acres of land in western Spain into a wildlife reserve for 24 wild retuerta horses, in which there are only 200 of these kinds of horses left. Benito is hoping for these horses to quickly reproduce and to study their interactions with their environment and their surrounding predators. However, rewilderness projects like Benito's have their pros and cons. Let's discuss some of the pros of rewilding. Although wildlife is making a comeback in Europe, its numbers are still quite low. Rewilding can help accelerate their recovery and restore important food chains and cascades. Additionally, rewilding links ecology with modern economies, where wilder nature acts as an ally in solving modern socioeconomic issues. Moreover, rewilding can boost local economies where there are scarce resources. Rewilding works towards situations where nature tourism thrives and locals earn a fair living from nature-based enterprises, which in turn revitalizes urban and rural communities. A con of rewilding includes the reintroduction of certain species, causing issues with landowners and stakeholders. Reintroduction of certain predators may be a safety concern to the public and conflict with livestock owners. Another con is the uncertainty of particular outcomes, such as marginalization of a species when its habitat or designated site even slightly changes. In continuation, rewilding creates an increased opportunity for non-native species to become established. Natural processes may not be able to regulate populations of invasive species, which may in turn outcompete native species and result in reduced species diversity. Lastly, let's discuss the application of Umwelt to the process of rewilding in the Europe Gone Wild article. Rewilding serves to benefit an assorted group of inhabitants such as hunters, animals, tourists, researchers, and more. These inhabitants all have their own unique perception on rewilding. These inhabitants also have very different experiences in this kind of environment and have their own distinct tendencies, whether they are motivated by survival, by money, by groundbreaking information, or by restoration. Overall, Umwelt helps describe these complexities of the world as modeled, simplified, and stylized by each of their own viewpoints.